We'll sit in the bar with a stranger at night, spill out our pain like it's alright. Talk about scars we never show to the ones back home who love us most. We say I'm good when they look in our eyes, perfect disguise, perfect lies, but to someone we may never see again. We tell the truth we're hiding in. Yeah, it's easier when there's nothing to lose, harder when love's got something to prove. So be someone's stranger for a minute or two, look 'em in the eye.
Welcome to HomeFront SitRep. I hope you're in for a great show today, because I'm just a veteran talking about what's on my mind and maybe yours.
You can find HomeFront SitRep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. You can also check out HomeFront SitRep's YouTube channel.
Buckle up, the show is starting.
Still in the fight, different battlefield, same damn life. No spotlight shining on the ones who serve, just grief, sacrifice, and a whole lot of nerve. From small town shops to a helping hand, we're lifting each other, yeah, that's the plan. No red tape, no filter, no disguise, just truth in the fire, behind our eyes. This is HomeFront SitRep, hear the call, where the real ones rise and the fallen stand tall. Every voice matters, every story's legit. We're family here, this is HomeFront SitRep. From the shadows to the spotlight we step. Yeah, this is HomeFront SitRep. From the scars we carry to the lives we rebuild, from the weight of silence to the strength of will. Non-profits grinding, boots on the street, no headlines chasing, just mission complete. Veteran alone, still chasing the dream. From a mic to a message, we're building a team. Creators and fighters, yeah, we all belong. Turn the pain into purpose, turn the hurt into song. No politics, no games, no divide, just warriors standing side by side. This is HomeFront SitRep, hear the call, where the real ones rise and the fallen stand tall. Every voice matters, every story's legit. We're family here, this is HomeFront SitRep. From the shadows to the spotlight we step. Yeah, this is HomeFront SitRep. We don't forget, we don't walk away. We carry each other through every day. From combat boots to a boss to a seat, still standing tall, still hard to defeat. Real stories, real impact, real people. This ain't just a podcast, this is a movement. This is HomeFront SitRep, loud and clear, for the ones still fighting year after year. Every voice matters, every story's legit. We're family here, this is HomeFront SitRep. Yeah, we rise, we grind, no regret. Welcome to HomeFront SitRep.
Welcome everybody to a Monday edition of HomeFront SitRep. How is everybody doing? I am doing wonderful, man. Let me tell you, yesterday we took the day off, had some family things that needed to be addressed, got those addressed. Now we're in the planning stages of getting my oldest home from college this Friday. She'll be coming home Thursday night for the summer, which she's super excited about. And then, getting ready for graduation for my youngest. So it's a busy time here in the Willis household here down in the bunker, and I'm super excited. Gunny is still traveling. He's a worldwide traveler right now. He's over in Iwakuni. He might even be in Tokyo at the present moment in time. I'm not really for sure. He might try to jump in. I don't know. But I'm super excited. Like Theory, Ryan, whatever you want to call him, he's been on the show multiple times. He's a regular on the tip of the spear. Uh, you know what? I'm just going to bring him up because I'm excited. He's got something new coming out, and we want to talk about it. So let's bring him up to the stage. Welcome
Hey,
back, brother.
what's up?
How's it going?
Oh, it is going. It is going. A lot of moving parts right now.
I know I'm super, super excited. Of course, we talk all the time offline, so I kind of know a little bit of before a lot of other people know what's going on in your life sometimes.
Yeah, you do
And
get some sneak peeks.
I know, and I love it, man. Keep them coming. Don't get me wrong. Keep them coming because I love hearing your new stuff that you're working on. Stuff that you might not even be ready to release yet, but it's stuff that you're working on. And if I got, if I don't like it, I'm going to tell you. You know me. If I don't like it, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah,
man, that's not a very good sounding. Because you already know. For me, like when I'm looking at music and I'm, trying to create something, I'm very, very picky and hard when it comes to the music that I want to put out there, especially like
yeah,
even though I do things differently than you because you are a true artist, I'm an AI artist. That's what I call myself, AI artist.
got
But I'm still
take it to
learning.
the
I'm
world.
learning. So, you know, you and Joey, if you don't know who Joey is, that's Berserk. That's Ryan's partner in crime. These guys, man, they're lyrical assassins. They mix and master pretty much everything that they do on their own. Now, granted, there's been some help along the way with other artists, with some record labels and stuff down the road that has been there and come and gone. And you're still out there being an indie artist
Mhm.
and creating music in your own lane the way you want to create the music, which it makes
Yeah,
it so much more special.
yeah,
Am I correct?
absolutely. I'm in my studio right now. I just literally 2 minutes before I hopped on here with you, I just got done recording a feature that me and Berserk are actually working on. A song, and I'm not going to give any information out about what that song is for yet, but it is for something very special for everybody down the line, much much later in the year. But um,
Heck yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And this first song that we're doing for it is it's pretty cool. So, but yeah, I'm in the studio now.
You're always in the studio, it
Yeah,
seems like.
I live in this shed. Like,
Yeah, if you're not taking care of the wife and kids, doing your daddy duties and husband duties,
I'm here.
you're out in the studio, you're cranking, you're mixing beats and doing
Yep.
everything that and writing lyrics and
Hmm.
mixing and mastering and doing features for other artists. Because
Yeah.
you know, I don't think we've ever really dove into like some of the people that you've got recognition from, some people that you've had on your albums and some albums that you've been on, like
Hmm.
so you got Jaron Benton, Chris
Hmm.
Kalux, and Bing X, and Hybrid the rapper, and
Yeah.
so many others, right?
Yeah.
That you've been on their albums, they've been on your albums. Drumma's another good one that I really like. Berserk,
Yeah.
and then you know outside of your people that you've done, like that you've done music with, you've written a song that won a contest by Logic.
Yep.
Way back when. DJ Quick has mentioned you.
Yep.
Stevie Stone has mentioned you.
Yep.
Vin J has mentioned you as
Yeah.
well, and several others. So
Yeah.
people think as an independent artist, that you're not seen by bigger artists out there, which everybody knows. If there's somebody who is climbing the ladder, because that's what you have to do in the music business, you climb the ladder, and you're just waiting for that one person, to see it and be like, oh man, this dude is dope, let's sign him, let's cut a record right now.
Yeah.
And that's
In
all it,
a perfect world, that's how it would go, right?
yeah,
That's how everybody wants it to go. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. I had that mindset and that expectation when I first started doing music, because people would kind of feed into my ego, right? And they'd be like, "Dude, you're really talented. You really got something with this." And then I took that and I ran with it, and turned it into this whole, "Oh well, I'm gonna put out like 2 or 3 songs, and somebody is gonna just be cruising online and just come across my stuff and be like, I need to do something with this guy now. I need to sign him. I need to, some big huge label A&R was gonna find me and sign me to their label, and I was gonna become a multimillionaire overnight." And it's like, sometimes it does happen. I'm not saying that it can't, right? Some artists have gotten that kind of output, but it's 98% of the time, if not more, if not
right.
99% of the time, it does not work like that for artists. So, I mean, with all those artists that you were mentioning, a lot of them are good friends of mine. Gunny Deeds,
What's up, fellas?
you're in Japan.
I am. Yeah, I'm
Look
at
at you,
the
Mr. Fancy Pants over here.
Right, world traveler.
hotel at the airport here.
Well, it's good. I'm glad you got on. It's good to see you.
Yeah, I got like 10 minutes before I have to freaking go jump on the train and head out. But yeah, this is my freaking lovely.
They got that Temu Wi-Fi over there in Japan.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see the view because you.
Yes, they do.
So how's the trip to
Lagging.
Japan?
Right. Hold on. Let me see if I can't freaking fix this. It's good so far. We head out 5 o'clock my time tonight, so it'll be 4 o'clock in the morning you guys' time, and then I'll get home tomorrow night around 9 o'clock ish.
Nice. Well, you'll have some hats waiting on you from what I've seen text message wise.
Yeah, I texted her back this morning. Obviously, it's a 13-hour difference, so you guys are doing business and I'm sleeping. So when I woke up this morning, I saw that and took care of it on my end.
Yeah. I'm excited for them. I actually I don't want to talk about them too much, but I like the black on black, so I'm super excited about
I'm
it.
telling you,
I like
Yeah.
it's the way to
hats.
go.
I love hats. So
So
that's
just
why
so
I'm
you
wearing
I
know,
this.
do a little
Willis,
bit too much. Yeah.
Yeah, Gunny went through his whole stack of hats in the last 2 years on the podcast. So now he
Yeah.
started
It took
doing
it took them.
patches.
Yeah, it took 2 years and change to go through all of the hats that I have. Because I wore a different one during every episode, except for Tip of the Spear, right? So I didn't count those as a different episode. So you will see the same hat on those. But then I've been trying to wear the HomeFront SitRep hats this year and throwing up a different patch on the mic, and started off with the Boo B patch, and then has moved on from there. So yeah, super excited. It was a great trip over here. I'm just ready to be home.
Oh heck yeah, man, heck yeah.
I feel
So
it.
we were just talking with Theory about his new album that's coming out, and you know what we didn't do, Ryan? You didn't send me any teaser songs to play.
Well,
So
there's a reason for that. So,
okay,
I will allow a song to be teased from the new album.
Just one song?
Just one song. Okay.
Did you send it to me?
Well, you should have the email, right?
I
I
do.
emailed you the
I
album, so
do.
you can play it from there if you want. And I would kind of, so I don't know if I should do one that kind of just is a normal song, or if there's one with some kind of background that introduces the album and what it's about, because there is like some of them have some skits in there that kind of, progress the story and the plot of the project. Because it is a very cinematic album, and I put a lot of hard work and sound effects and clearing samples and whatnot for this project, and making sure there was no copyright problems with some of the sound effects and some of the music that I was using for like background music. um, a lot went into it, and this album's really, really special for me because it's the very first album that I'm ever putting out where I'm actually owning 100% of everything on there. So, my buddy, shout out to Th30ry, a producer and an artist out of Lexington, Kentucky. He's very, very, very talented. He's been doing it for, I think he said like 20 years. But he's been with me on a couple shows, and we've worked together a few different times on some music, and he is a very talented producer. Uh, he's a talented artist as well, as far as the like the rapping is concerned. But he's an incredible producer when it comes to making beats, and he agreed to produce this project for me. Uh, I produced a few myself, but there is no leased instrumentals on there, so I didn't buy from like these random YouTube producers or from any beat packs from guys that market to these indie artists, these huge platinum plaque producers and like Grammy winning producers were like, you can get 100 beats of mine for $45. And it's like, when you're balling on a budget, you go that route, because then you can record the music that you want, and then you can put it on, you can sell it commercially for streaming services and things like that, and you have the licensing to be able to do it. But it caps you out at a certain amount of streams, and that's what a lot of artists that are in my position don't necessarily understand, is the business side of it. And when it comes to those caps on the stream counts, they keep track of that shit. And I don't know what kind of tool they use, but producers will have the ability to get notified when you reach a certain stream cap on your song if you're using their beat. And once that happens, the producer typically will reach out to you and be like, hey, you got this tier of a lease, you've reached the stream cap, you either need to purchase the next tier, buy it outright exclusively, or just take it down, because you can't monetize this anymore until you get the next tier of a lease.
That's
And
crazy.
Wow.
and so if you don't know anything about the music industry and the music business side of it, at least that kind of basic knowledge of it, then you're setting yourself up for failure. And a lot of artists, unfortunately, aren't told these things or taught these things until they get some guidance, whether it be from other artists that are independent that have been doing it for a while longer, or they take classes, they learn about it in school, certain things like that. I know, I learned a little bit about it when I was at Full Sail University for my college. But I mean, this is the first album that I'm putting out where I own 100% of everything. I produced and co-produced the entire thing. Like, me and Trill would get on a Discord video call, and we would put the beats together on the video. Like, he would share his screen, and we would build the beats together.
Nice.
And if I didn't do it that way, then I would do it myself here in my studio. And I don't have to worry now about splitting that, giving that producer 50% of whatever the publishing is. I don't have to worry about being capped out on my streams, or only allowed, one radio station spin, or one music video, or one paid performance. And, there's all those things that go into those leases where it limits you so much.
Yeah.
And if you want to
Is
buy
it a
these,
significant increase monetarily to move from tier to tier, or?
it depends. So each producer is different. The typical pricing that you'll see, so it's in technically 4 different tiers in most instances. So like if you go to websites like BeatStars, which is like one of the biggest beat stores in the world, if you go to BeatStars, they typically have it set up to where an MP3 lease is the basic lease, and you only get the MP3 file. MP3s are the lower of the file type as far as quality of sound. So you get an MP3 lease, so you get the MP3 version of the beat, and you have like, let's say 100,000 digital stream count, and and that's usually maybe $25, $30 on most cases. And then the next tier would be a wave lease, where you'd get the MP3 and the wave of the instrumental, and you would get maybe it'd be like $50 to $75. And then, but that caps you at, let's say, 500,000 digital streams, and like 5,000 hard copies that you can sell, and all that sort of thing. And then you get an unlimited lease. That's the next tier, and that's usually like $100+, and you'll get unlimited, whatever you want, unlimited amount of streams and all that. But technically, you're still limited to what you can do with that, because you have to split that publishing. You don't own it outright. And that producer, as long as you're leasing that beat, that producer can sell that same beat to 5,000 other artists. You know what I mean? So like you're one artist making one song in a pool of 1,000+ potential other people who have bought that same instrumental, leased that same instrumental, and now you have the same song. And it's happened to me numerous times where I've been at a show and I've been performing live, and I'm waiting to go on stage, and somebody that went before me will do a song to a beat that I've used, and it makes me feel deflated. I'm like, oh my God. Especially if I'm doing that song on my set, at that show, I'm going to be like, now everybody's going to get to hear this stupid shit twice. And it makes me upset. So it's like, I can't really say as far as pricing wise for exclusivity, because when you purchase exclusive licenses, it's usually in the tier of like hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, depending on the producer that you're going for. But when you buy it exclusively, the people that bought that beat or leased that beat prior to you buying it still have the license to be able to sell it. But once it reaches that cap, if there is a cap,
that's it.
Then that's it. They have to remove it. So I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. So I'm really happy about this project. It's a very special one for me. It's the first one I've done like this, and I'm really happy with the quality of it. I went and did a digital download for like early access, and gave people the opportunity because the album's set to release June 13th. And that's going to be across all streaming platforms. So Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Amazon, YouTube, all that stuff. And then for people who really were anticipating the album, or if they're like real big fans and, they really want to get it early, they have the opportunity to pay. I'm charging $20. It's an 18-track album. So it's a big one, and I'm charging $20, and, I take Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Apple Pay, whatever you want to send. And once I confirm payment, I email the files to you. I email a zip file to you, and you can unzip it. You can do whatever. The only thing that I ask people, and I make sure to put in the email so they have documented that I asked not to share any of the files on any kind of social media platforms, not to tease or leak anything until it drops, just to keep the excitement built up for the people who didn't get it.
And also, if they pre-order, they get in for a drawing for a hat and a shirt.
Yep. So that was just something, additional that I wanted to give as like an incentive to make people want to do it. And my reasons for doing it, we'll get into that here in a little bit, but my reason for doing it was not just for that reason that I'm going to discuss here shortly, but also because I want to do something special with this album, and I want to do something special for the fans and the people who, you know, I haven't put out an album since April of 2024, a solo Th30ry album. So, you know, it's been 2 years, and I really want to be able to do something special for those people who have not heard anything from me like that in a while. And, you know, I'm also continuing the story. Yeah, I got you. I'll send you the link. I'll get with you after the podcast. But the idea is doing the sequel of my Me Against the World album, which that released on I think it was November of 2022 when that released. So this is the second installment of that story. And it was very exciting with the first one. So this one, it continues from the very second that one ended. So you're literally hearing the same scream that swelled out and ended the Me Against the World album. That's the very first thing you hear in this album. And it's just from the very second that you turn it on and you listen to it, like the people that have bought it early, I've gotten so many messages and they've just been like, bro, like I'm hooked within the first 10 seconds of this album. Like it's so good. You came correct with everything. It's very entertaining. The story is very fun to you know, keep along with, and sonically and like how it sounds, it meshes very well. You take us on a nice little roller coaster, and it doesn't feel like any song is out of place. So I've gotten a lot of really amazing feedback from a lot of different people. So wanting to do something special for them to kind of incentivize getting it early was to put people who did get it in on a list. And on the day that the album releases on June 13th, I'm going to do a random name generator drawing or whatever, or maybe just write the names on pieces of paper, draw from a hat, do it the old school way. And whoever's name gets picked on release day on June 13th is going to win a Crash Landing t-shirt and a Th30ry hat. So
heck yeah.
Very cool.
And
hey, Jess, I gotta jump. I gotta catch a train back into Tokyo and, you know, finish up my trip here in Japan. But I'll be back with you guys probably next Sunday or Monday, whatever day we have a show. I looked at the schedule.
You want to do words of wisdoms? You want to do words of wisdom before you roll out?
Sure.
Roll with it.
A man's first flowers are at his funeral.
Yeah.
That's deep.
A man's first flowers
are at his funeral.
Are at his funeral.
All right, Gunny, safe travels, man.
Yeah,
hopefully no delays. Hopefully no delays, and we'll see you when you get back in the Kentucky.
Already had it yesterday from Iwakuni to here, so hopefully the flights home are good.
Oh, man. All right. Well, you be safe, brother. We'll see you when you get back to Kentucky.
Thanks for hopping on.
Yep. See ya. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks.
Yep. All right. Let's go back. All right, JJ. Be careful, brother. JJ's rolling on too.
Yeah. I'll get with him on after the show, and I'll send the link.
Hey, Ty Cobb is in here too, so he might want to pre-order. I don't know.
I mean, anybody that has the ability to get a hold of me, you know, most of these people have my contact information. If not, they can find me on social media and send me a message, and I'm more than willing to, you know, link up with people.
So I haven't listened to the whole album yet, but I do have a couple favorites. Was just pumping long time coming from the bonus tracks in my Jeep.
That was another little special thing I threw in with the hat and the t-shirt contest. I threw in for everybody who bought the album. I got them 4 unreleased tracks that are never going to be released.
Hell yeah.
For reasons that I will not discuss, but they are never going to be released. And not a bad thing. The reasons aren't bad, but it's just a personal choice. I just don't want to get into the reasoning behind that personal choice. But
right. So which one do we want to tease? Which one do you want to tease? Let's put it that way.
Well, like I said, I wasn't really sure how I wanted to roll with that because I do want to give people an idea of what the story is about, but I also want to leave a surprise in there too.
Right.
But give people that incentive to be like, oh, this sounds really interesting. So I was debating on whether or not it should be get it on my own, so people can hear the skit afterwards and
Yeah.
kind of be introduced to who comes in, or
Okay.
do Comeback Kid and just kind of hear that person and kind of wait to figure out how they get put in.
Well,
Well, I'll let you decide. It's between those two for me. I don't want to do any with like the bigger artists that I have on there.
right,
Those
right.
those gotta stay tucked until release day or if they buy it.
Let's see. Do you want to play the whole song, or do you want to just tease it?
We could play the whole song if you want. I'm cool with that. We can leave it up to the people in the comments too if they want to hear the whole song or if they only want to hear a snippet of it. Why don't you
All
guys
right.
let us know in the comments over here? Do you have the patience to listen to the whole song? It's not like it's that long, but
So, get it on my own or Comeback Kid.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because if you're familiar with the Me Against the World album, I have if you're not familiar with the Me Against the World album, a short synopsis of that album is I'm up in space. This is how the story starts. It's the first installment of this whole cinematic journey. So I'm up in space by myself in a ship, just floating through deep space, and the ship that I'm in has an artificial intelligence built into it, and I call it Eli. It's technically R-Eli because I rely on him, and but I call him Eli. And so Earth is sending me basically hate transmissions saying like, oh, you suck. You're this, you're that, you're an Eminem wannabe, you sound like Logic, you sound like Marshall Mathers, you sound like this person, you get your own style, blah 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 blah. You're white, you're in your 30s, stop rapping, focus on a job, blah 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 blah. All the stuff that I legitimately got from people over the years.
Yep.
And basically the songs on the album for Me Against the World are my responses to those messages from Earth, and I'm talking my mind. I'm talking my shit on that album. And throughout the album, I send so many messages that Eli and the artificial intelligence starts to malfunction, which causes the ship to malfunction because I'm overloading it with all these messages and transmissions. And Earth tries to fire a missile at me, and I swerve out. There's a song on it called Swerve, so it kind of is a segue into that Swerve song. And then at the end of the album, Eli's glitching and he sounds all wonky, and he tells me that I need to prepare for a crash landing to Earth, and I get really upset. And then the album ends with me screaming on the way down, going through the atmosphere. So Crash Landing picks up from me screaming on the way through the atmosphere, and it comes in really hard. I mean, if you want to play the first one, I'd be okay with that too. It really kind of just depends.
I already got it loaded. I already got the one I picked.
Oh, all right. Yeah, let's do it.
So, Gene says he's already got the early digital release album is fire. And then
Yeah.
Soulless Fox said kind of like Hardy did with Quit.
I'm not familiar with that, to be completely honest with you.
All right, let's play this song.
Which one did you pick?
Let's see.
Eli! Eli! Where the hell am I? Come on, Th30ry, on your feet. You can't just lay here. Gotta get it on my own. Yeah, I'm back in on another level. Couldn't hold me if you tried. Powered up like Goku, Ultra Instinct, I've been redefined. Should've stayed away, apparently they didn't read the signs. Cast me out my paradise, so now I'm out on demon time. All my life I had
had to keep a grind, turn me to a monster, bring to life what's in this evil mind. Ain't nobody around to show me what to do, I'll be just fine. Point a middle ring finger up and read between the lines. Cause it's fuck the other side if you ain't with me. I'm petty with the haters, got me turning into 50. They always sending shots, trying to hit me. Stand my ground, 10 toes down, wonder how the fuck they ever miss me. Always miss me. Now I'm home, got me in my zone. By time that I show them how I had to go and get it. 7 years independent, gotta get it on my own. Long nights at all my sessions, gotta get it on my own. Had to do this shit myself and it's a blessing. So the message is it's worth it in the end. I gotta get it on my own, yeah. Gotta get it on my own. Yeah, that's a lonely road, but it's all I ever known. They thought it was over the moment I dropped, but after the fall, I told them to watch as I pass them again, and I'd still be the first one to get to the top. Y'all ain't about to outwork me, most of y'all rappers are really a marketing pop. But when it comes to the skill of the shit, I'll be killing them quick and outline them in chalk. Hey, that's crazy. Try to keep my composure, but sometimes y'all just make it so hard, I forget y'all just want exposure. So when I'm making moves, you try to keep me inside of a small enclosure. Get in there with me, ride my coattail on the way up before disclosure. You should know it isn't me trapped at you, it's you trapped with me. Don't know why y'all attacking me, but I'm at my best on my back against the ropes. The violence relaxes me. Pressure turned me to a diamond, got me shining. Greatness written in the stars so y'all can watch as they aligning. Pay attention. Now I've landed, everything was damaged, but I turned the wreckage to a throne they never planned it. 20,000 I invested, gotta get it on my own. Self-recording all my records, gotta get it on my own. Had to do this shit myself and it's a blessing. So the message is it's worth it in the end. I gotta get it on my own, yeah. Gotta get it on my own. Yeah, that's a lonely road, but it's all I ever know. Oh, look at this ship. How the hell am I gonna get this off the ground? Oh, the Rome optics. Oh, shit, where are they? Where are they? I gotta find them. Come on. Come on, where the fuck are they? Aha! Here they are. Alright, place, eyewear, power on. Got it. Whoa.
Hey Th30ry, my name is Nova. I'm a visual assistant AI that's been programmed into your Rome optics, and I'm here to help with anything you need. So how can I support you today?
Oh, thank God. Alright, well Nova, can you see what I see right now?
Yes, everything that you see, I can see as well.
Okay, so clearly then you can see the shit show that I'm looking at right now and that my ship is in shambles.
Unfortunately, I do see the shit show.
Yeah, so can you tell me what I need to get it up and running again?
Yeah, take a few steps back so I can scan the crash site.
Okay.
It looks pretty bad, but based on what I see, you'll only need to find a few things.
Oh.
1, carbon. The second, lignin. And the last, copper. With these 3 core elements, you'll be home in the stars again in no time.
Alright. Well, thanks, Eli. I mean, Nova. Shit. I'm sorry. Just have it.
No, really, it's okay. I get it. After all, I'm here to help you restore your ship, which also means restoring Eli.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's get to work.
It looks like you have a long walk ahead of you. The
Yeah.
good news is I still have access to your music library, and I'd love to play something for you if you'd like.
Yeah. Actually, that sounds pretty good. Thanks, Nova. Make sure it's something I can rock to.
I got you.
Yeah.
Ty Cobb says Nova sounds hot.
So the funny thing is, I was wanting to have a female in because Berserk plays Eli in the album, and I wanted because the way that the story went for the album was like I just Eli didn't have any place in this album, right? So crash land, your AI inside your ship, you're not going to be able to just talk with him and whatnot. So I wanted to have kind of like a different AI, and I wanted it to be a female voice. And so I was going through trying to think of somebody that I could get to do the voice of Nova. And I had a couple people, but like scheduling reasons, it didn't work out. So I actually used Chat GPT
Oh,
for
nice.
Nova's voice. I just gave it, lines. I wrote out lines and told it what to say with the right inflection, and told it how sounded a little surprised or sound concerned or sound empathetic or whatever it is.
Right.
And it was some trial and error, but so that's Chat GPT. And the funny part about this is that I I asked Chat GPT, I was like, if you were to give Nova like a a body and like a human slash kind of like cyberpunkish features, right? Like if you were to make it a tangible person, what would Nova look like? Because ChatGPT will remember everything that
Right.
we discussed
Right.
about my album, and so it gave me like this ridiculously like super attractive like cyberpunk girl, like long purple
Nice.
hair, gigantic chest, curvy waist, and I'm just like, I can't put that
Hey,
on a t-shirt, but
right. Right.
it was cool. So I
Well,
always thought
you
that was kind of
could.
funny. I mean,
You
yeah, I
could.
could, but like I don't know. I might.
Yeah.
I don't know. That it's not like
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
provocative picture, but like,
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
cool.
Nova could be your number one selling T-shirt. You never know.
It probably would be. Uh, but yeah, that's the whole idea with the album. I wanted to kind of that song was a good choice just because it kind of explains the direction of what to expect for the album as far as the story and how it progresses. So essentially, I'm looking for the materials needed to rebuild the ship, get it back up and running, so that way I could get off Earth because it sucks here. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of coming back down after all these years being in space since 2022, and I come down to like the woke culture and the transgenderism on kids culture, and the left versus right and the Democrats and Republican nonsense and all the politics and
Right.
crazy, the PDF files and all this crazy stuff that's happening in the world. And I come back to this and I'm just like, fuck this. I'm out. Like as soon as I can get off this planet, I'm out. So that's kind of the whole direction of the album. And it's a very entertaining story.
It is.
You'd
Yeah.
have to listen to it, but it's a very entertaining story. I kind of touch on the music industry a little bit in the skit later on in the album, and kind of talk about the fact that a lot of these artists that come out nowadays, over the last so and so years, um, how they all sound the same, and it's like the
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the same kind of
Doing the
expectations
mumble
with
rap.
these. Yeah, and I mean it's not even just mumble rap; it's kind of just it's all talking about the same content in the
Yeah.
music. It's like,
Yeah.
bitches, drugs, gang violence, shooting,
Souped
and
up,
it's like,
souped up trucks
yeah,
and
and
yeah.
it's just lame, and
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person to put that in my music because I never did a drive by. I never, you know,
Right.
I wasn't a gangbanger. I never trapped out of my apartment.
Well,
Sold
the funny
sold
thing
drugs.
is there's a rapper that he's a young boy. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want that out there, but he's from Arkansas and he blew up like overnight. And unfortunately it's the same stuff that everybody else is doing.
Yeah,
And, and it's just like, man, come on. Get your own, stay in your own lane, do your own thing. And that's what I love about you and Joey Berserk. You guys are in your own lane, you're doing your own thing, and you don't care what mainstream is doing.
yeah,
Now,
and I mean, it comes along the lines also of you know wanting to kind of be that artist that's going against the grain.
yeah,
You anybody, and I can't really say it for certain, but my excuse me, my hypothesis, my theory, right, so to speak, is a lot of these artists that blow up that sound the same as a lot of these other guys, they're riding a wave, and when that wave changes, as it does in music, uh,
they're gonna be out the
that
door.
who are they? You
Yeah.
know, you wanna kind of be that one that starts a new wave, or kind of goes against the grain and against the norm. And I touched on that, in Falling from Grace too, with that song that I released a year or so
I
ago.
love that song.
Yeah, it's a good one. Thank you. But I touched on that too, where it's like, do you conform for the sake of blowing up as this overnight sensation potentially, or do you stay true to who you are and take the long road that's going to pay off more? Like, do you want to compromise who you are to get what you're wanting to get? And it's like an inner battle with yourself.
Well, that could be a double-edged sword though, right? So
For
you
sure.
could with the inner battle of saying, all right, well, do I want to conform to what mainstream is doing? And then, kind of like some of them out there, they get real big. They get real big, right?
Hmm.
Label drops them, they already got a name, so they
Hmm.
already got a name out there, right? Now they can go back to do what they wanna do, how
Hmm.
their original lane. And then you got some out there that, they get really, really big really, really quick, and then after the first album or 2, they disappear and you never hear from again.
And that
Um,
happens a lot,
yeah,
unfortunately. You got you, and the thing that's really difficult with music is, it's like, there's a saying that's like, you got 5 years of real big success in music before it starts to decline, because that's the typical, chart flow
yeah,
of how it goes with that. Because some people, not all artists, but some artists, a lot of artists, they get to a certain point and they get complacent, they get comfortable. You get rich, the money's coming in, you feel like you don't have to work as hard. And a lot of these guys are really young, and they don't know how to you know handle that kind of fame and that kind of
right,
success and that kind of money. and
and they
and
just burn
so,
right through it.
yeah, you burn right through it. And the funny thing is a lot of those guys, that money, like, you see like music videos and stuff, with all these, Lambos and Maseratis and Bentleys and this, that, and the other, six-figure cars, and
Yeah,
women twerking and dancing on, G strings all over the place and all this stuff. You see it, and it's like, a lot of that stuff is rented. Like, you'd be surprised, like,
yep,
as like a look, because you when you're a big artist that got signed to a big label, like, let's say me, right? For- I'm an independent artist. I'm growing. I'm not huge yet, but I'm growing. And let's say Universal Records decided to say, "I want to sign you. I'm going to give you a $1 million signing bonus for doing it." That is not the label being nice to you.
yeah,
That is in advance, and that is recoupable. You will recoup that money. And then when you recoup that $1 million with your album sales and merch sales and whatever it is that's in your contract, that they can take from, you get a very small percentage of everything going on after that debt's repaid. Now, if
yeah,
you're somebody who's like, got longevity, and you have made the label X amount of dollars, and you're worth reinvesting in, then the label can be like, okay, after a two-year deal that we did with Theory, we gave him $1 million. He gave us $20 million.
yeah,
We want to sign you for $20 million now. And but you got to be careful, because if you're not putting yourself in the position where you can still eventually make that money back, you're screwed. And so a
yeah,
lot of these artists that blow up overnight and whatnot, and they get all this money, and they get it from a label, they end up getting themselves in some crazy amount of debt, because it's like, oh, they see the flashiness and they see the fame and all this, and
yeah,
now I got to worry about having to deal with the business side. I got to pay all this money back. I'm only getting, 3 or 4% of what I make, because the label's taking 97 to 96% of everything that I'm making.
Where they get you at is because a lot of the guys out there, a lot of the artists out there, they want to be famous. They want to be signed with a record label.
Yeah.
And when the record labels do their contracts, bro, it's not in favor of the artist. It's in favor of it's in favor of the record label.
Yeah, they're a business, man.
Yeah.
They look at an artist and they'll see dollar signs.
Yep.
And they paint it to where it's like, oh, well, you're gonna make money too. It's like, yeah, you'll make some money, but like, you know, you hear all too often about even these real big artists, when they first got big, like they were only making, you know, $5,000 on a $50,000, you know, show that they did, or $100,000 show they did. They're making, you know, $7,000-8,000, and it's like, oh my God, like,
yeah,
what are you talking about? Like, but as independent and nowadays with, you know, all the tools and the resources that independent artists have available at their fingertips, you know, with technology, you know, the fact that you can record a 4K video at 60 frames a second on your cell phone and then edit it in a program that you can buy for a couple $100 and put out if you're good at what you do, you can put out a very high quality video for a fraction of the price that you would pay an actual videographer. And I mean, you can do all the things that the label can do for you on your own. The only thing that the label really has for an artist is going to be the connections, and the budget to be able to get you the kind of marketing and promotion and stuff that you need.
Well, that's why I just tagged Stephen Cochran and Label 22. And I think me and you've talked about Label 22 before.
Mhm.
They are strictly for veterans. If you're in the veteran space, Stephen Cochran's a real big in Nashville. I don't know if you know who he is or not, but he's real big in Nashville.
Sounds familiar.
And he created Label 22 because he noticed a lot of our brothers and sisters were getting screwed by the record labels that are there. So he created Label 22. I just tagged him in this. Hopefully I can get you and him connected. So just to fill them out and see. But we are running short on time because this time just flew by, brother.
I know, man.
Anytime you're on the show is amazing. So before we let you go, I've only done it once before, but it's time to drop a beat on you and let you freestyle. Are you ready?
I suppose.
Are you ready?
I suppose.
Our guest and watchers ready?
Oh man!
Here we go.
In the hot seat.
Yep. Tell me when you're ready.
You start it up.
Let's drop it.
Let's see. Yeah, I always pictured my life would be like a movie till I grew up, felt like a screw up. Nobody wanna watch a dude in his 30s struggling with his day-to-day responsibilities. No matter how much I felt it was killing me to tell my story about the come up. All of my homies been always having that one up on me ever since I was a teen, feeding for the green. I ain't talking Benjamins, y'all know what I mean. But now I work so I can feed the whole team, and I've been giving up all of my free time for the studio sessions, but still ain't learned my lesson. Cause at times I feel this depression coming back, ready to attack when I fall on my back about this rap shit. Thought I knew it all, but I don't know jack shit. Half shit haunting me like it was poltergeist. It was time to take a chance, had to man up and roll the dice and see where life will take me. I'll never let the negativity break me. Soon as I grab the mic, I spread this music save me. And lately it's been feeling like more of a curse than a gift. People say they love the music, but really don't give a shit until you blow up like the World Trade before the planes hit them. I'm a conspiracy theory, they never gonna know what hit them, yeah. Sitting on my porch drinking beers, writing lyrics, talking about how I'm ahead of all my peers, steering clear of everyone who tell me not to chase my fears. They don't know how much blood, sweat, and tears went into it. Get the courage to pursue it, regardless of what they thought or said about what I was doing. I knew it was just a matter of time before I found my voice. Felt like I ain't have a choice. It was either this or leave my brain destroyed. That boom bap shit.
try to spread a message, y'all just want that cool rap shit. Talk about money and bitches and shit that you can't relate to. To be I'd rather talk about life than waiting down inside, just to make you find a reason to continue to stay alive. Yeah, I won't. That shit be hella fun to make sometimes. I just want the world to hear me and listen when I rhyme. Up and down to keep love and positivity, like we'll be fine as long as we can get along. So I put my emotions into a song, hoping to reach a lost soul. Watch switch the boss mode when I gotta shut it down. So profound when I'm spitting, I'm killing the game. That's another drink, David. I told you I'd say it again and again and again till they realize that I'm a heavy hitter, bar spitter, never quitter. Fuck the industry. I tell them suck my dick and get on the finger so they could sit on it and spin. I'ma win and do it on my own. All this talk about taking the throne got my vision clouded. But if you're thinking you're gonna find somebody better, I doubt it. My name is Th30ry.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. You
Yeah.
killed that beat, bro.
Thank you.
Killed it.
I went over. I'm sorry. The beat stopped and I just kept going. I felt it. I don't know.
No, man. Bro, no. It took me forever so on one of your live from FTB radio, I love that song.
Yeah.
Because you know that beat, dude, it was just friggin' phenomenal. And if you hadn't listened to that song, you need to go listen to that song because you slayed that beat, man.
Yeah, thank you. I got a lot of praise for one line in there where it's like, now my team got so many stars, you can call us a constellation.
Yes.
They were like,
yes.
oh shit, he said that. I was like, oh, thanks, guys.
Dude, no, you slayed it, bro. And I was trying to find one that I liked. And you know me, man. I'm playing through, doing everything, creating the music and man, I'm like, does this fit Th30ry? Does this fit Th30ry? Does this fit Th30ry? And I was like, man, and then I found that beat and I was like, all right, this is him. This is what we're looking at. What's up, Chris Cornelius? How are you, sir? But yeah, man, you slayed it, brother. I appreciate you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it too.
Before I drop you in the green room, man, tell everybody when the album's coming out. Tell everybody how they can pre-order the digital copy so they get it early and then they get running for the t-shirt and stuff. Tell everybody there.
Yeah. So Crash Landing is the name of the album. It comes out June 13th on streaming platforms. I'm going through some clearance issues with the distributor right now, so I'm trying to find workarounds on that, but it will come out on June 13th. If it changes, I will let everybody know, but June 13th is the set date for it. If you'd like to cop the early access digital version of the album a month and a half early, you can get it tonight if you want, anytime before June 13th. It's $20. I'm selling it for $20. It's an 18-track album. And just get with me on social media, whether it be my personal page or my Th30ry page. You can send me a message and I will get with you and we can discuss however you feel comfortable paying. And once I confirm payment, then I will email you the zip file and you have the files. The only thing is, and I include it in the email, that you do not share any files or leak any files on social media. You can show it to your friends, family, whatever. Just don't share it on socials until release day, please. I'd like to keep the surprise going. And then big thing that's coming up, I want to mention this before I get off. I got a tour that I'm going to be on with a huge artist. His name's Jerry Robinson. Shout out to Jerry Robinson and his wife Tara and his manager Darren. Incredible people. And shout out everybody in the FBA family, man. Family. I feel like I can't remember what it stands for. Family before.
I don't know.
I can't remember, but shout out to the FBA family. But Jerry Robinson is going on his very first headline tour. He is actually signed to Strange Music, which is Tech Nine's label. And I'm going to be touring with him. I go this week. On Friday, I'm going to be gone. I'm doing Shelbyville, Indiana, and Chicago. Indiana is going to be on May 8th, and Chicago is going to be on May 12th. So I'm going to be gone for about 5 days. Possibly some more shows that I'll be tagging along on. It depends on how everything goes. But that's part of the reason why I am selling the digital copy of the album, so I can raise some money and try and get on some more shows for this tour.
Heck yeah.
'Cause I'd love the exposure, and I'd love to be able to have that experience with Jerry, because he's a big artist and he's a big deal. He is on the album as well. I got that feature with him. He's very, very talented, so you guys should enjoy it. Thank you for all of you who did purchase it, and for all of you who are wanting to purchase it. Again, just get with me and we'll make it happen. And I
Hell
love
yeah.
you guys, man. I can't wait for everybody to hear this.
Well, before you go, we always talk about be someone stranger,
Yep.
hashtag you're not alone. I played a little bit at the beginning before I started our intro, but I created a song called Be Someone Stranger. And I'm
Nice.
going to play it. I'm going to play it real quick before I let you back in the green room, but I'm going to
Okay.
play it real quick.
Yeah.
Just listen to the words.
Sit in the bar with a stranger at night, spill out our pain like it's alright. Talk about scars we never showed to the ones back home who love us most. We say I'm good when they look in our eyes, perfect disguise, perfect lies, but there's someone we may never see again. We tell the truth we're hiding in. Yeah, it's easier when there's nothing to lose, harder when love's got something to prove. So be someone stranger for a minute or two. Look 'em in the eye like you want the truth, and when they say I'm fine, just living the dream. Don't let 'em hide behind that screen. Ask the next hard question, don't let it slide. Yeah, but how are you really doing inside? 'Cause the strongest hearts break in silence too. And sometimes healing starts with you. We walk past pain on a crowded street, eyes straight ahead, don't skip a beat. But what if one small moment of care could pull somebody out of despair? We all got demons we try to outrun, battles we fight when the day is done. And one real question, honest and true, might be the thing that pulls them through. We don't need perfect words to say, just enough courage to stay. So be someone stranger for a minute or two. Look 'em in the eye like you want the truth, and when they say I'm fine, just living the dream. Don't let 'em hide behind that screen. Ask the next hard question, don't let it slide. Yeah, but how are you really doing inside? 'Cause the strongest hearts break in silence too. And sometimes healing starts with you. What if your voice is the one they need? What if your pause helps their heart breathe? What if that moment you almost walked by was the one chance to save a life? We're all just searching, hoping it shows that somebody cares enough to know. Next time someone says, I'm okay, I'm living the dream, don't walk away. Ask them, how are you really doing? Whoa, be someone stranger. Don't just pass by. You might be the reason they choose to try break through the surface. Don't settle for less. Sometimes love sounds like one more question asked. That's the next hard question. Hold that line, 'cause you might meet them right on time. We're all carrying something we don't show. You never know. You never know. So don't just hear them, see them too. The The world gets better when we do.
I like that a lot, actually.
You know how long it took me to go in and like a lot of those lyrics are mine, like lyrics that I come up with on that. And then I
Nice.
had some AI help on it.
Yeah.
Um and man, finding the
It's a deep song, man. That's a
very, very, very
yeah,
deep, and it's so friggin' true.
yeah.
And you know, and finding the right style of music to go with it. Cause like I love how it builds. I love how it builds and then it goes down and then it builds again
Yeah,
and
I noticed that at that one section where I was like, "Oh, that's over," and then it just the little drum
yeah,
roll
it's
and
just
then it went yeah.
that's you want to get that point across
Yeah,
and that's I think it's just what makes that special. Like
yeah.
this is the first time I played it. I played it for Gunny a while back, but I hadn't played it on the show yet and I was like, man, it's yeah,
It's a
it,
powerful message and needs to be heard for sure.
definitely. Well, brother, I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, I am a day one Theory fan. I am a Ryan Doerrfeld brother for the rest of my life.
Absolutely, dude.
My
Same
family
same for
loves you.
me.
You know that.
Well,
Um,
the feeling is definitely mutual. So,
yes, sir. And I can't wait. I know you're going to do big things. You might be 40 years old and headlining your first tour, but guess what? I'll be there with friggin' bells on,
yeah,
and
man.
I'm sure my wife and kids will be there with bells on too because we are day one. So uh,
Everybody will be invited. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I can't wait. I will be
It's
like I
just a
said.
matter of time.
Yeah, I will be there with bells on, brother. I don't care if I live in another country and you're headlining friggin' Chi-Town. I will be there for your first headline tour, man.
Would
So
love
I
nothing
can't
more.
wait. I can't wait. All right, well, I'm gonna drop you in the green room and we'll chit chat here in just a minute, brother.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, everybody. Hope everyone has a blessed night.
Yes, sir. Listen, ladies and gents, if you don't follow Theory on all streaming platforms, you need to. The guy is phenomenal. His music is phenomenal. He's my brother from another mother. I don't care what anybody says about him. He is phenomenal. Thank you, Chris and Marcus. That song is amazing. I'm gonna chit chat with Theory here in a little bit because I want to start putting. I know it's AI music, but I still want to put a playlist so people, if they want to hear some of the songs that I've created, because I've created some really good ones like 22 Too Many and um, a bunch of other songs that I've created. You know, it's my brainchild, like head wise. Like I go into AI and I kind of tell it what I want. And if I don't like it, I'll go back and rewrite it until I get it right. And then I'll go in and I'll edit each lyric to make it where I want it to reflect what I want it to say. Because AI don't always get it right. And then going into Suno, I tell you, learning Suno, no, not yet. My stuff is not, but Theory, you can go follow Theory on Spotify if you haven't already. But I'm going to work on getting those songs put onto Spotify so people can listen to them because I do write. You know, I do create. I don't can't say write. I create a bunch of great songs that are very meaningful when it comes to veterans, and then also Kentucky. I'm a Kentucky guy. I got a bunch of songs out there. Kentucky Dirt Road's another good one that I've messed around with. But anyway, I'm getting a little off topic, but I'm gonna talk with Theory and see what we can do. Hashtag you're not alone. Listen, ladies and gents, don't let your dark days win. You're not alone. Reach out to somebody, no matter who it is. Reach out to them. In the silence of your struggles, remember, though unseen, you are deeply held in the hearts of others. You're not alone. The uniform may come off, but the bond remains. And together we heal, together we rise, and together we carry each other forward. And that's the key word right there, together. We as veterans, we as humans, we have to do it together, right? We have to. So lift up somebody, man. And then that song says it enough, but be someone stranger. We as humans, we're more apt to talk to a complete stranger than the ones we love the most. So be someone stranger. If you're out and about and you see somebody and it looks like they're having a bad day, go up to them and say, "Hey, how are you doing?" And if they give you the red flags, "I'm okay. I'm hanging in there. I'm living a dream." Ask the next hard question. Really, ask the next hard question. How are you really doing? And don't let it just pass them by. If they don't respond, say, "Hey, how are you really doing?" And mean it. And then just sit there and listen. Because we as humans, we sometimes just need to get it out. We don't want somebody to try to fix us. We just need to get it out. We need to let it out. So be someone stranger and ask the next hard question. And then it takes a village, man. I talked to Th30ry. Think I talked to him like 4 times today before the show. I've talked to Gunny a couple times today. I've talked to several people today. My phone is always open. If you don't have my phone number, look for it because it's out there. I've put it out there numerous times. My phone is always open to anybody who wants to reach out to me. Uh, my wife gets so mad because at 2 o'clock in the morning, my phone's ringing. And she's like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "It's a veteran." And I answer it and I talk to them or, whoever. So it takes a village. We all have our tribe right here on this phone. I have over 2,000 contacts on my phone. Half of them I probably ain't talked to in 10 years. But open up your contacts, scroll blind, hit the button, and whoever it lands on, give that person a call. You never know. You might save that person's life. Big shout out to our community partners, SOF Missions. This, man, I can't speak highly enough of an organization. SOF Missions is a phenomenal, not top tier, because I don't want to put them up there with the big name guys, but they're middle tier, but they're top tier of what they're doing. And the reason I say that is because you go down for a 5-day clinic, you got your group session, and then they individually break off and you do your own thing and you talk with all these providers that are there. After you leave, you have a care plan. And then for 365 days, they take care of you. For 365 days, they take care of you. What up, Shannon Book? Man, how's it going, brother? How are you? So check out sofmissions.org. They pay for your travel, they pay for lodging, they pay for food, everything while you're there. So check out sofmissions.org. Up next is Heroes Media Group. My phone, and Chris says his phone's always on as well. Check out heroesmediagroup.com. Adam Bird and his team there at HMG, man. We are a proud family member of HMG. We have been for a little over 2 years now. Adam and what he's building there is phenomenal for the veteran space. So check out heroesmediagroup.com. Up next is Reese Across America Radio. HomeFront SitRep is a proud family member of the Reese Across America Radio family. And if you want to listen live, you go to www.reaseacrossamerica.org/radio. Download the iHeartRadio app, TuneIn app, or the Audacity app. Search the word Reese, and you can listen to it there as well. Man, I'm glad you're doing well, brother. I'm glad you're doing well, Shannon. Up next is Same Flag, Same Oath.com. This is a small t-shirt company outside of Katy, Texas. Right there is our shirt, Marine It Down. Uncle Sam is wearing it back here. Still hasn't washed it yet. He's a nasty guy. He needs to wash his shirt. But you can go to sameflagsameoath.com. Go to co-branded and you can see this shirt there. HomeFront SitRep gets 25% of all sales. at the end of the year, what we do is we take that money and we spin a wheel, and whoever it lands on gets that check out of the nonprofits. Up next is Elite Engraving 24, which I have them coming on the show. Small veteran-owned company here in Campbellsburg, Kentucky. They partnered with us to create our HomeFront SitRep hat here. This is a Richardson 112. You can get any color that they have of the Richardson 112, but it will have the red. Remember, everyone deployed HomeFront SitRep patch on the front of it. That's our logo there. So check out EliteEngraving24.com. Up next is Valor Coins and Pen. This is, hell yeah, Shannon. That's awesome, brother. You and Th30ry need to hook up and do a your style of music and Th30ry style of music and do a mashup. I think that'd be pretty cool, Shannon. So you probably need to link up with Th30ry. Up next is Valor Coins and Pens. This is Brent and Brian Casey's, the grandson of Medal of Honor recipient Herschel Woody Williams. God rest his soul. Woody Williams, man, he was a friggin' Marines Marine. He loved every Marine that he came in contact with. His mission, he created the Woody Williams Foundation, which supports Gold Star families. They put up the Gold Star monuments across the country. So check out Valor Coins and Pens. When you order coins from them, 10%, I believe 10% goes back to the Woody Williams Foundation to help put up Gold Star monuments across the country. So go check out Valor Coins and Pens. Up next is RDC Shoes, which is right here. This is the Patriot. This is Marine Corps veteran Darren Davis. Him and his family created RDC Shoes. So go check out RDC Shoes. Man, they are friggin' comfortable. I love them to death. And then least but not least, check out HomeFrontSitRep.com. There is a link to our shirt and hats there. We are working on a new storefront that's going to have 4 new shirts. The one shirt's going to be, there we go. That dang thing's moving now. One shirt's going to be the spicy pineapple. That's super cool. The next shirt is going to be hashtag be someone stranger. Hashtag is the next shirt, hashtag you're not alone. And then we're going to have a HomeFront SitRep logo shirt as well. That hopefully, and then we're going to come up with a red one. I got a design, just waiting to send it off to Matt at sameflagsameoath.com. I can't wait. So, but other than that, guys, it's been a great show. Like we always say on HomeFront SitRep, stay safe out there. We got your 6. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this show.
Suggestions and comments are always welcome.
Cannot wait to have another great show with y'all.
Don't forget you can find HomeFront SitRep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Stay safe out there. I got your 6.